In this video, we're going to learn how we can use pointer chains to orchestrate the movement of data directly between remote workers. So the first thing we want to do is clear the objects in Bob and Alice's workers. Let's just make it easy for us to see what's going on. Awesome. And then let's create some data and send it to Bob and Alice. Specifically, we're going to send the data to Bob, and then we're going to send the pointer to that data to Alice. Beautiful. So, the command that we're going to learn how to use in this video is called remote get. It goes like this. So this is an inline command, and instead of calling get directly and pulling, say, this pointer up to us, up to the local worker, this is actually going to go down to this pointer and call get on this pointer, which is going to pull the data from Bob to Alice, right? So if I call a remote get, notice X is still the same wrapper, right? So it's still pointing to Alice, but now Bob doesn't have any data at all, and the data itself has moved to Alice, right? So when we called this remote get, it was as if we were telling Alice, say, hey, Alice, call .get on your pointer and pull the data that Bob has to Alice's machine, right? So we were able to force this data, to orchestrate this data to move from Bob's to Alice's machine without it ever touching our machine, right? And this forms the basis for how we can continue to orchestrate increasingly complex protocols involving larger numbers of workers. Now, as it turns out, we don't necessarily have to actually create this whole double send and then remote get business. We also have a convenience operator for doing this ourselves. So right now, let's say that the data is on Alice's machine. If we wanted to move it back to Bob, we can go x.move Bob. And then our pointer becomes the pointer to Bob instead of being a pointer to Alice. So now we're pointing to Bob, and Bob has the data again. And Alice. This is a garbage collection issue. So this is because we still have a pointer to it. So let me clean up here so we can actually see this. So we're going to send this to Bob. As you can see, Alice does not have anything yet. X.move Alice. And now Bob does not have anything, and Alice does, right? So we were able to orchestrate this movement of data directly from one worker to another using the move function. And under the hood, inside the move function, it actually first sends the pointer down to the machine you want to move the data to, and then calls remote get. So it just uses the same protocol, and move is a convenience operator. Now, in the next video, we're going to talk a bit more about the project that I'd like to use these tools that you've learned so far in the context of federated learning. See you then.